Good morning. It's Saturday, November the 12th, 5 a.m. I do sleep sometimes. I have odd hours. Anyway, I think it's the 4 hours on, 4 hours off syndrome. But at any rate, my account with Robinhood settled. All of my, 19 of my options were exercised and 3 were not. Let me go to that screen and I'll talk about that. Okay. All right. So as I stated, I had 19 call contracts exercised, which called away 1,900 shares of the HBI stock, which I had on my shelf in inventory. And I had 3 650 put contracts that were not exercised. Now, there was a huge run up on the price Friday. Part of it was the announcement on the 10th of the dividend, which will be paid to the stockholders of record of November the 22nd. Or 21st. At any rate, soon. And so that will increase the institutional buying level. According to the best statistics I've found, 86% of the HanesBrands stock is held by institutions, meaning endowment funds, all kinds of funds, but not individual investors. So and when they want to load up for a dividend payout, they can buy in pretty heavy, and that in turn triggers a short cover. That is, people who were shorting the stock, as the price ran up, they needed to cover their shorts to cap their gains or losses, whatever they had at the time. So those two forces together ran it up pretty quick. And here's the problem with that. Excuse me. The problem with that is that I don't expect that price to hold. It may hold a week, next week, because the dividend payouts to holders of records the following week. So it may hold up. Now, it's important to understand one of the advantages of selling covered options is I don't have to be so particular about timing the market. Because what happens is, as the market ebbs and flows for me and against me, whatever, it just, the only thing it changes is the amount of the size of my revenue stream. One other thing I ought to mention is, you'll notice that I was able to cover 19 contracts last week without using any margin. And because of the price, but those were $7 contracts, $7 strikes. Since I'm having to go to $7.50 strike this week, I'm able to only cover 18 contracts. That's why the revenue stream decreases, but it's a revenue stream nonetheless. And either the stock's going to go back down, or I will accumulate enough revenue that I'll be able to go back to 19 contracts. So that's why with this form of involvement in the market, I don't have to be quite so concerned about time in the market. And the other thing about the dividend, if I happen to be holding 18 or 1900 shares of stock on the date of record, which I think is November the 22nd, the dividend will be $150 or whatever. But now that's ordinary income, whereas the profit I make from the premiums is capital gains, so it's a lower, different tax rate. And since I have a capital loss carry forward from years ago, I haven't paid any capital gains tax in 10 years, and may not for another 10 years. So, but on the other hand, dividends is ordinary income, so that would have a tax impact. All right, but it continues just the same. So when it's going against me, it mitigates that. When it's going my way, it's the gain is tremendous. So anyway, I've elected, as you can see from this page, I have placed some orders, and I split it up. 9 contracts with the ask of 20 cents and one at 30 cents, I believe it was. And I did that in that I'd like to get some sold right out of the gate. And then I'll watch the others. All of it may sell, and that would be ideal. But remember, I'm a merchant. So in merchandising, you sell as much as you can at the highest price you can. Then when that peters off, then you lower your price and you run a sale. And you do that until that peters out. And if you still got inventory, you run another sale. And so that's, since I'm a merchant, that's the way I do with my orders. I should have in that page, and I will add it, the actual ask price. I usually do. I didn't on this one. I was being a bit lazy, I guess. Let me look at okay, one of them was an ask price of 20 cents and the other 25 cents. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. Because I'm all back in cash now, that closes out this transactions set. Transaction set starts with your first put contract being sold and ends when you're all back in cash. So this has been a good run. Going back to that screen I just showed you, as you can see, the during that 34 day period, and that includes holidays and weekends, the average daily revenue was $123.19. Our total for that time period was $4,188.53, and that's net of the margin interest that I paid of $6.47. So I'm pleased with that. I found no other legal investment I could make that would give me that kind of return, and I do stay legal. There's a song, I fought the law and the law won. Well, I'm not going to fight the law. I'm getting some response to people subscribing to my newsletter. The advantage of that is the people who subscribe, and it's free, there's no charge, is that you sort of get a jump on everybody else, because I can put those emails together and send them out a lot quicker than I can update my web pages or do the videos. So it gives you sort of a leg up, which could be important if you're actually trying to follow my trades. And as I said, I don't guarantee you anything, except if you follow my trades, you're going to get the same results I do, good, bad, or indifferent. All right. I think that pretty well covers it this early in the morning. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Please subscribe, notify, and if you like the video, click on like. Thanks very much.